Hi, this is Henrik at the VCI Day. We're at VMworld 2018 and I'm joined by Jens Sundler. Jens, how are you?
Yeah, thank you. I'm great. Had a great day at the VCI meetup today. So inspired by all new things to come.
Okay, so you are an instructor just like me. How did you become an instructor?
Oh, that was so long ago. It was back in the day, in the ESX2 days. And actually back in the day it was kind of like still a little bit difficult. So you had to have some contacts at the VCIs, and in the end HP and I think DNS nominated me back in the day. And then I became mentored by a good friend of mine, actually Thorsten. So he mentored me back then on ESX 2. something. And I went through that rigorous procedure of becoming a VCI, having to present in front of a class, in front of the class and the instructor. And that must have been like back then in 2004 or something, yeah.
Okay, great. That's really one of the early ones. So what is your most favorite training course to teach?
Well, currently it's everything around NSX. So I've been the first NSX instructor in Germany, was part of a batch together with friends of mine from UK, Italy and France. And since then, that was in 2014, I've really focused deeply on NSX and all things security. Yeah.
Okay. So these days there are several methods of training course delivery. We can do it in classroom, we can do it online or through WebEx. What do you think when you are doing an online training that needs to be adjusted regarding your presentation? Do you have any good tricks?
First of all, like purely live online training is always very challenging, even if you use all the tricks you can possibly do. So I really insist on using myself, the camera, obviously. I recommend that students switch on the camera so that you can get some sort of like simulated real life experience. What I normally recommend is to do some sort of like blended or some mixed mode training. So get to know each other in person, like for 1 or 2 days, establish eye contact, establish some sort of trust and connection, and then ideally you can switch to more like virtualized delivery methods. But if you don't have this possibility due to, I would say, traveling restrictions and so on, then of course switch on the camera, try to interact with the people in breakout sessions. I normally set up some sort of teams. I currently use a lot of WebEx teams at the moment where people can pose questions, screenshots, share screens and so on, like all kinds of things that technology can mediate,
Yeah, so make it as interactive as possible. Yeah. So when students have finished a training course, attending a training course, what should they do next?
Well, first of all, there's the great VMware hands-on labs that are available for free of charge, regardless of the training environment that they've used, and they can use them to go beyond what they've seen in the training, look at new technologies, look at applications, for example, like Kubernetes with NSXT and so on. So things that are normally not covered in depth in the class. That would be my number one. So use the hands-on labs, leverage the free offering that VMware provides. Look at what the blogosphere is doing. You're a blogger, Eric. So I think you know best, like the blogs have lots of valuable content, oftentimes much more precise, much more intriguing, in-depth than the actual documentation that the vendor normally provides. So blogs, if available, books, but normally in the fast-paced technology stuff that we are doing, there's normally not so much like really written materials apart from the blogs. That's what I would do actually. Hands-on labs and blogs.
Well, many thanks for your great tips and the interview, and enjoy VMworld.
Thanks a lot, you too.